And we hear. I was thinking of something.
Mm-hmm.
Code, this guy Code and I, we've been friends for
Yeah.
quite a while, so since 2020, since he was a little
Yeah.
squeaker, um,
Yeah. Yeah.
since he was a little squeaker on that Xbox mic, if you know, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but the more time went on, the more we hung out, we realized that we actually have fantastic personalities that kind of bounce off each other
Look at that.
quite well.
Beautiful.
So we had this idea. We had this idea of just recording ourselves talking about Star Wars and having fun with it. And here is where I introduce you guys to Ramblers Radio, episode number 1. Uh, we're still kind of new to the podcast scene. Tried it out a little bit. Um, if you guys want to see
Didn't get
more
too far.
content with us, there are a couple segments of us talking through this a title called the Smoke and Code Star Wars Show. If you want to check that out, you could look that up on Spotify. There's 2 segments for that, each an hour long. Pretty. I'd recommend if you want to hear more from us. I am Smoke. I am here with my guy Code, and we are
Yo.
going to get started. So, introduction. We're just going to talk about uh, some of our favorite Star Wars ideas. We're going to talk about some Star Wars news, and we are also going to be talking about a project that's going to be coming. That's going to be updated pretty soon, which is of course the Bad Batch. So let's get started. So, Code, tell me what is some pretty crazy news coming up in the Star Wars scene? I gotta know. I gotta know.
All right. So first off is the big one, the one everybody's talking about. About 2-3 weeks time, the Bad Batch season 3 coming straight to Disney Plus. Believe it's a 3 episode premiere, so that's gonna be real fun. The upload schedule is somewhere out there on a Disney website. Um, but apart from that, not too much. We got some Outlaws details this week about like
Yeah.
customization and stuff like that. I didn't really research it too much, um, but what I kind of got from it, there's gonna be different planets with different underworlds, and it looks really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, apart from that, not too much going on this week. We're really just kind of on that anticipation, that hype train for Bad Batch. So looking forward to
Yep.
it.
Yep. The only other piece of news that we had, it's not so happy. It's a pretty sad one. We did lose
Oh yeah,
somebody from the Star
yeah,
Wars universe. That being Carl Weathers. I did want to read the paragraph that Star Wars posted regarding him. It was
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
touching. So, quote from Star Wars: Carl Weathers, forever a member of the Lucasfilm family, died Thursday. He was 76. With the launch of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, Weathers joined the galaxy far, far away as Grief Karga, an expediter of the Bounty Hunter Guild who rises to become Magistrate of Navarro, and ally to the Mandalorian and Grogu. He would receive an Emmy Award nomination for his efforts. In addition, Weathers stepped into the director's chair for the critically acclaimed episodes Chapter 12, The Siege, and Chapter 20, The Foundling. We will miss you, Carl. Be peace. So I
yeah.
did want to make a short
That
comment.
one's
It's not something that we really care to talk long about, simply because we kind of just don't want to talk about something like that for very long.
yeah,
But it is something that we did have to mention. Uh, so yes, Carl Weathers, peace be with you.
yeah.
Rest my
Rest,
friend.
rest in peace. Great
Yes,
actor, great
we
actor.
we will definitely miss you as Grief Karga for sure. You were
Oh
definitely
yeah,
one of my favorite characters. Yep.
yeah, for sure.
And to say about that, the Mandalorian season 4 is probably going to be much more different than John Favreau and Dave Filoni would have originally planned.
Yeah, this
Um,
is something that this was a couple weeks ago, but with that Mandalorian movie that was announced, it seems like they might be even putting an end to the show and going full in with that movie formula, which I don't know.
oh
I'm
yeah.
not too opposed to. I love watching some Star Wars movies.
It would be a change for sure because
for sure.
at the conclusion of season 3, it's shown that the that Din Djarin and Grogu basically live there now on Navarro.
Yeah,
So having him as an establishment there on the same planet as he would as Grief Karga would be, it's just kind of a stall, which
it's gonna
makes
be interesting. Star Wars has a past of not really adapting well when some of their actors pass
hmm
or they lose them. So let's hope they treat Grief Karga as a character a little bit better than they have others in the past, like Leia
yeah.
and Gina Carano. I don't think those were done too terribly well.
Of course, yeah. Like comparing it to recent ones, like of course we lost Ray Stevenson. Probably, I think that was back
Mm-hmm.
in August or July. Not only
Yeah.
that, but from like way back in the past, like if you don't remember, Christopher Lee ended up voicing Count Dooku in the Clone Wars movie, which means that he was
Oh
probably
yeah, and
slated to
then
voice him in the Clone Wars, but he ended up passing away before that happened. Which
well,
uh,
yeah.
it introduced us to the fantastic voice of Corey Burton, who also did Cad Bane as well, which is fantastic to hear. Seeing other people uh, take off the take off with the best of an unfortunate situation, but it is something that we do have to deal with, and it's not something that can't be like unrecovered from for sure.
Yeah. I will say I do want to correct you there. Christopher Lee didn't pass away until 2015, but he was too old to voice the role.
Oh yeah, okay, that's my bad.
Yeah. But
Anyway,
yeah. Anyways, you get the idea.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like not and it doesn't even have to do with death like, Tom Kane,
Oh, dude,
with
that
his
that
stroke
that one hurts
and
me.
yeah, Tom Kane
Yeah.
is definitely a loss for sure even though he didn't pass away. He just, he won't be able to do voice acting anymore because of that and
That really sucks. When your
it's
career revolves
it's
around
a big
using your
shame.
voice so much, that's it's really
Yeah,
tragic.
right. Yeah.
He was a great voice actor. All of his roles in Clone Wars
Yeah.
and Star Wars in general were really great.
Speaking of voice actors, let's go ahead and continue. Let's talk about D. Bradley Baker and the Bad
Oh
Batch.
yeah.
So
This is basically his show.
something that really hit me, that some people I've seen said, is that this might be the final time that we hear D. Bradley Baker as the Clone Troopers,
Yeah.
because even though we don't really know what's going to happen with Tales of the Jedi season 2, we haven't really seen anything about that yet. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back as clones for that season of Tales of the Jedi either, because he was in the first season, so it kind of makes sense. But it really does hit when D. Bradley Baker has been voicing clone troopers for 16 years now, since literally the Clone
Yeah.
Wars movie in 2008.
Yeah. Yeah. D. Bradley Baker, wonderful voice actor, and just this whole thing with the Bad Batch season 3. It's really a bittersweet type thing. It's gonna be the last time where we see a lot of this Clone Wars era stuff. I would hate to not see D. Bradley, or rather hear D. Bradley Baker voice a character again. But I do think that there are enough projects out there. They'll bring him back for something. Um, just knowing how integral the clones are. If anything, just a video game or something. Um, but that's the thing about Bad Batch season 3. It's really exciting, but at the same time, this is really gonna be the end of an era.
Yeah. So as I told you earlier, I've been rewatching the Bad Batch season 2. I rewatched quite a few episodes yesterday, and and the
Nice.
funniest thing I messaged you earlier today is that there's two parts of the Bad Batch season 2. There's peak, and then there's episode 5.
Real.
Which the some of the side quests are definitely not near as interesting as some of
Mm-hmm.
the main quests. There are some side quests in the Bad Batch season 2 that are fun though, like the Gunji and Kashyyyk side quest episode.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That's a really fun one. The Zillow Beast episode was awesome. It was great.
I think a lot of these side quest filler episodes, whatever you want to call them, I think they can be really great when they have a cool concept behind them. Zilla Beast is really cool. Um, Anybody with a lightsaber showing up is really awesome. So in this time period, so I think, um,
The riot
especially for
racing
season
episode
three,
too,
huh?
right? The riot racing episode four.
Yeah, I like. Well, I like that one because it had character development for Tech. But
Yeah,
I think with season three, the jump between season one and two, they definitely cut out a lot of that filler. There's still a lot there, so I'm hoping the jump between two and three, they'll be able to even make the story a little bit tighter.
I feel like uh, side quests that are done good, like you said, are side quests that either advance the character or advance lore to a degree. The riot racing definitely advances character because not only did it advance tech, but it also implemented that sort of distrust factor with Sid, which ends up, become coming to fruition in the finale, Plan 99. And like that, like seeing the Bad Batch interact with a Jedi for the first time since the premiere of the show with Caleb Doom, that's really cool to see. Not only that, I wasn't particularly interested in the crossing and the the slavery episode, whatever that was. I don't even remember what it was, but with the kid. But there was that. The
Yeah.
Zillabis episode was cool because it was a plot hole that was just filled. Like, how many years has it been now? Like over 10.
Yeah, over 10, nearly
Yeah,
15.
yeah,
I mean, I think this goes back to like a general misunderstanding of what a filler episode is. I think a lot of people really have like this tainted idea of a filler episode. But really, as long as an episode has some sort of character development, advances the story, it's really not a filler episode. The only really case in Bad Batch season two I can think of a filler would be episode 5 because it doesn't introduce anything to the story. None of the characters get advanced. There's no development. So I think a lot of times we're a little too harsh on these quote unquote filler episodes, and I think they have a lot more to offer than people realize.
yeah. I do think overall season two is a more memorable season because of that.
Yeah.
There are episodes in season one that I just don't really remember because they don't really matter.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've literally forgotten probably about a third of that season, to be honest.
yeah, yeah. Uh, and then with that, we've reflected quite a bit. Let's talk about some predictions. We haven't really listed them out. I haven't really listed them out, and I'm sure you haven't either. But we just kind of have a free
Hmm.
conversation. We can talk about what we've seen in the trailer, and then we can kind of just go from there. So, some things we do know is that we know that Cad Bane and Fennec Shand are going to be returning. We don't have
Yes.
much because they were kind of just in one shot and like that was it.
Yep.
But if I had to predict, they're probably going to have a rematch of some kind.
Run it back. Run it
Yeah.
back.
We did also see Commander Wolf, which is a character that needed to be in the show because we needed to have explained why is he on Celos with Captain Rex and Captain Gregor. Why is he just there? We're not gonna just go this whole show and then all of a sudden he's there without like knowing why he's in retirement exile with him. So yeah, that's cool. In the shot of the trailer, I believe he's seen with clone commandos, which is a sign that he's still sided with the Empire, particularly with the lab on Mount Tantus because that's filled with clone commandos as well. Um, so we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it's probably. I'm sure we'll see Rex. We know we're gonna see Rex. I'm probably assume we'll see Gregor again too. Maybe the others like Hauser and whatnot, which we did see rescued in season two, which is gonna be sick. Um, yeah. So that we're definitely going to see how they end up rescuing him and saving him from the inhibitor chip, if that's even necessary at the point,
Yeah.
because what it seemed like was that the the clones in season two seemed a lot more human because of the forced retirement rather than season one where
Hmm.
they just kind of seemed like aliens the whole time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, they're kind of exploring something interesting with the inhibitor chip that I don't think many people really expected. I know I didn't. But I can go with the direction they're going if it's executed well. Touching back on that Fennec Shand and Cad Bane um, thing you were talking about, I am looking forward to seeing them together again. I hope they have a rematch. And I mean, I'm kind of biased because I love Cad Bane, but I hope he wins this time because he got really disrespected last time. That was a pretty embarrassing loss.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hope he gets
Yep.
some sort of something back.
Right. Right.
And then I also, yeah, what's up?
Yep.
What are
No,
you
you can
gonna say?
go on. I was just kind
Okay.
of going into information.
Okay. Well, I kind of forgot what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Oh, I wanted to talk about. There's a shot when they're in the Republic tank, like towards like the 16-second mark. It's a very quick shot where it pans to the inside and it's Hunter and like crosshairs like behind him. What the heck?
Crosshair's OG armor. Which we haven't seen since like the
Yeah,
first episode.
his
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to
OG
see.
armor. Like
I
yeah, premiere season
I
7
don't
of Clone
really
Wars armor.
I don't really know what to think of that because it seems pretty bizarre that they would
It
just
does.
show Crosshair with the rest of the crew in the trailer. Like that just seems kind of too out of line.
Yeah, it's
But
something that I think would be like that's a really big like error and also like why is his armor back to season 1? Like why would they specifically I think there's something fishy going on there. I don't think it's as straightforward as a lot of people are making it seem.
mhm, yeah. And then the big character that everybody has seen is Asajj
Oh
Ventress, of
yeah.
course. What expectations do I have? I don't have any because Dave Filoni has made clear that the events of Asajj Ventress in the Bad Batch season
No.
3 are going to align with Dark Disciple, which means that Ventress will not die in the show.
Yeah.
She will not die. So it's just kind of like something we just have to leave up in the air.
For me, I think that's kind of something that they're saying. They said this about other things in the past. They said this when Luke showed Yoda's lightsaber. They said this when they introduced what was it? Uh, oh, when they rewrit how Ahsoka got her kyber crystal. They say they do this a lot, where they say it's not gonna rewrite it, and then it kind of does, but you just kind of have to look past it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take it at a grain of salt. It would be nice if they honored the book material, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do some sort of wrap up
Yeah.
with Ventress's story. Considering this is the last sort of like Clone Wars season, you could say, and it would kind
Right.
of go full circle.
Yeah. So I don't really have much expectations regardless. It doesn't really seem like there would be any motives for them to like team up with Ventress because there's no
Yeah,
there's like no Dooku to get revenge on anymore. Like he's just kind of
yeah,
gone, and then like there's no Grievous either because like Grievous
he got
destroyed her clan and whatnot. So it's just kind of like
yeah,
what exactly would happen between them. So that's
yeah,
just
and since
something.
they are
Yeah, yeah. What were you gonna
Yeah,
say?
since they are supposed to be following the events of that book, it's just like you said, it's really weird what they're going to be doing with her. And at the end of the day, if they really are following the book, I don't think whatever she does in the show is really going to matter.
Yep.
Um, and she doesn't she doesn't have a particular disdain for the Empire, as far as we know. I mean, she just hates Dooku and the Sith, Grievous, things of that nature, the Separatists. So I'm really curious. I'm like really open ended. We'll
Yeah.
see where that goes.
Yeah. Other predictions. We did see the Teth Monastery from the Clone Wars movie,
We
which looked
did.
Conveniently enough, I just spotted that like on the first frame for some reason
You
because
did. We watched the trailer together, and he was just like, "Oh, that's the 10th monastery." Like, how do you have that in your memory, like in
I
your
to
brain?
me,
Like, that's
I'm not sure. I just saw purple and I saw a building that looks like Jabba's palace, and for some reason I just thought of that.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what would be funny? I don't know if this would happen. If we saw Ventress there, I think that would be really funny. Um,
Oh yeah.
that would
Yeah.
that would really go
Especially
full
made her
circle.
first
Hey,
appearance.
maybe we'll get some conclusion to uh why am I blanking on his name? Jabba's son. Maybe he'll have a little death scene in the show or something.
I really hope we do not see Rod of the Hutt ever again.
Oh, Rada. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. Rada. Hmm.
But yeah.
Uh,
Um as far as predictions for the main characters, I do agree that the most likely scenario is that uh I think the most likely scenario would be that uh probably most of the Bad Batch does end up passing at the end of the show.
yeah. Yeah.
Besides Omega, because Disney kind of just
She's a
doesn't really
kid.
like killing kids. And before you bring up Revenge of
Yeah.
the Sith, that was George Lucas. You know what list he's on now.
Yeah.
So
That was George Lucas, and Reva got stabbed by Anakin, but she didn't die, so it doesn't
yeah,
count.
yeah. So yeah, Disney loves the kids. Anyway,
What? So, so, yeah, I agree with you. I think that the Bad Batch will most likely die. I mean, there's really no reason to keep their characters around. I think in Star Wars we have this thing where we just keep like not letting characters die, and like it's fine with Darth Maul, that was sick. But everybody else, they kind of just keep people around. Like they stay way over past when they should have died. And I
mhm,
think if they keep the Bad Batch around, there's really going to be no point to
yep.
their story. I don't know I don't know.
And then lastly, I have a fire prediction I got for you. I
Let's
need
see.
you
Let's hear
to
it.
I need you to recall to the Bad Batch
Hmm.
arc of the Clone Wars season 7.
Oh yeah, I just recently
I
watched
need
that.
you I need you to tell
Hmm.
me and the listeners this. Why did Commander Cody recruit the Bad Batch to Captain Rex's mission? What specific reason was it for?
Because the separatists were predicting all of their strategies, and they needed some unorthodox thinking.
Do you have any idea where I'm going with this? Because I'm making a
Mm.
prediction that the Empire are going to use tech for the same reason. To use tech as an
Mm.
algorithm to predict the Bad Batch's motions. Does that sound
Ooh.
crazy? Am I
That
am I
would
crazy for that?
hold on.
Am I cooking or what not?
The parallel with like Echo's like story, and Echo could actually get some development because I mean he had a little bit in the beginning of season 2, but other than that, a character that was so beloved has kind of just been left to rot in this show. He hasn't gotten anything to do. He's been really useless, and that would be really interesting. Um, that would be actually that's really smart. And actually, if that happens, that would be I'd be down for that. I'd be down
If
for
that
that.
happens,
But at
I'm
the end of
a
the day, Tech should probably be dead. I mean, he fell so far you couldn't even see the ground. So I don't even know how his glasses survived. But you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. That would be a really interesting theory.
yep, yep. But also Hunter fell off of the ship and into a pile of trees.
He did. That
He
was
took
season
off.
one, though. Season one was interesting to say the least. Not very
Season
consistent.
one, season
That was an insane fall. He missed the ship, and he just kind of like grabbed onto the rock with his knife, and it slowed his fall.
and he could just walk just fine.
Yeah, he just got up and walked it off. Like he fell hundreds of feet.
Yeah.
That was like a Cal Kestis moment where I was like, okay, this isn't a
Yeah.
video game. Like it's okay when it's Cal because it's a video game, but this was a little insane. I'll admit that.
It's okay because it's Cal. It's a video game, you know. But
It's a
yeah,
video game. You got to make fun level design.
that is a bizarre prediction by me that they're going to use tech as an algorithm.
That'd
But
be
if it
interesting.
and the small chance that it happens, I'm gonna recall everyone to this episode right here. It's
Yep,
gonna
it's
happen.
gonna be right here.
I'm gonna do it.
And then everyone's gonna find out you work for Disney, and then they're gonna hire a hitman to take you out because you exposed them.
And then
So
if it doesn't happen, if it ends up being like the opposite or something, they're just gonna say I
the
didn't cook.
opposite,
I burnt the food. Yep.
you
Uh,
did not cook.
yeah. But yeah, those are my Bad Batch predictions. I'm really looking forward to it. 3 episode premiere is going to be fire. It's going to be like the episode 1
Yeah,
premiere where we had like a 70-minute episode. It's going to be really cool.
yeah. Looking forward to
The
it. I
yeah,
mean,
the
this
watch
is
party is going to
even
be crazy.
this is not quite as nice as season one, where it was like 3 episodes in one. We're actually getting episode one, two, and three. But it's still great to have a 3 episode premiere. It means they're cooking, and
Yep.
there's gonna be a mid season, which is gonna be 2 episodes, and then the
Yep.
finale, which I believe is gonna be two
Yeah.
episodes as well. So
Season
we're in
2
for
did
a
the same
treat.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It had same type of release schedule, and that's what I love about the Bad Batch is because in modern Star Wars we get a lot of like Marvel showified stuff where it's like 6 episodes, 40 minutes long. But I love a show like this. Maybe you call me old fashioned, but I like sitting down like once a week for like 2 months at a time and watch a show that's like 20 episodes long. You know, there's shorter episodes, but there's a bunch of them.
Right, right.
It's just a nice thing to watch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Clone Wars
So
vibes.
I think that might be it for our Bad Batch discussion. Very nice.
Yeah.
Got our predictions going, got our reflection, and leading up into that. We could talk about Star Wars Outlaws for a bit. You could talk about the news that we uh, heard from it,
Sure. Well, I don't really
and
know it. I don't really know much.
yeah.
But
As far as the
I mean, do
concept
you?
for a game, I think it's gonna be pretty fire in the sense of like it's a
Yeah,
smuggling slash bounty hunting game. Because the only other single player game we've had is just Jedi based, and the which like two of them.
yeah,
Uh, it's might be similar to the 1313 canceled game, but also like that's more bounty hunting style rather than this is like freelancing and smuggling.
hmm
But even though I just think it's a great like narrative and environment that's like that would like fit really well for a single player video game, in my eyes.
yeah. So, um, I think this has the potential to be a really great game. Um, I think a lot of the concepts are great. I think um, what we've seen so far is pretty good. Part of that news we got today, which I didn't mention earlier, you are going to have choices with how you deal with the crime syndicates. So if you keep a good reputation, then you'll get more offers and like more customization. Or you can be the other way around, and then they won't like you, and then you'll get more story options opening up. But they did say there is one ending to the story. So all this
Yeah.
side content is here. You can branch off, but it seems like since it is canon, it's going to be one full narrative, which I'm not fully against. I like canon video games.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I
Yeah,
think this game is. I think we might be up for something special, but then again, it's Ubisoft, so just cross your fingers.
well we know Disney likes controlling their
Hmm
their products. So pretty much if they make something that's like Legends from now on, it's gonna be out of character.
Yeah,
Which I don't mind
yeah.
because I like playing and like playing games and like watching shows and movies that like actually affect the timeline
Actually
and that actually
matter.
matter.
Like when I'm playing the game, I'm like, this is cool because this actually happened. Like I don't want to play or watch something that's like, okay, but this doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyways, um,
Yeah. 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 Star Wars Outlaws is
so
gonna be pretty
we
cool.
don't know much that. One last thing about Outlaws.
Yep.
They had a thing on their website on the Star Wars website. They said it was releasing late 2024. They changed it within a couple minutes to just 2024.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting.
what that the only reason they could change that was if it was earlier. So, because they wouldn't have changed if it says late, they would have changed it to 25 if it was later than late 2024.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. It's looking like it might be releasing, actually releasing this year, not getting delayed. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it won't be the second coming of Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, where it
Oh my
gets
god! Don't
delayed
remind me.
a year and a
I
half,
spent so many years waiting for that.
and then spent 24 hours playing the game, and then never played it again.
So real, so
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all the main topics that we had. We've discussed the Bad Batch quite a bit in the past, so there's not much to talk about when it comes to like a 2-minute trailer. Um, so yeah, we might talk about it more next week, considering there might be more news on it, or maybe
Yeah,
this maybe the slim chance there's more footage, maybe like TV spots
who knows?
or a new trailer.
Yeah,
Yep.
TV's. Yeah, there's potential there
Yep.
for sure.
But anyways, that's gonna be it for our main segment. A shorter one than usual, shorter ones than we've done in the past, but we will have some more topics to discuss in future videos. Let's dig
Yep.
in to our short segments. Code from the Smoke and Code Star Wars show. I need you to name me the top
Okay.
10 most underrated Star Wars characters according to Movie Web.
Movie web. Interesting. That sounds like a sus video website. So, okay, top 10 most underrated. What type of metric is this? Most underrated Star Wars characters.
there
That's so
honestly really
broad.
there honestly really isn't a metric. I will say that you do have characters from like all types of Star Wars movies and TV shows.
Okay. So this one is kind of just gonna be shots in the
So
dark, to be honest.
that kind of is the metric. There's no video game characters here. It's
Okay.
just TV. It's just TV shows and movies.
Yeah, so when I think of underrated, immediately what I think of, because everybody talks about how underrated that he is, that at this point he's not even underrated. Can I get Plo Koon?
Yes, good start. Plo Koon is number 4.
Yeah, literally everybody talks about how underrated he is, and now he's getting overrated. It's insane.
Yeah.
So, next up, this is another one people underrate so much it's overrated. Can I get Kylo Ren?
I don't really know what to say to that other than he's not here.
Okay, that's all you had to say. But okay.
There is somebody from
So,
his trilogy though. I will say that.
okay. Rose to go. I'm just kidding. Um,
Uh
we don't
interesting.
win by fighting what we hate.
It's very, your last answer was very interesting.
We win by saving what we love.
Are you
So,
sure you were joking with that?
can I get Rustico?
Rustico's number 3.
That's insane. Underrated character? Rose Tico's underrated. What does she bring to the story? Ooh. Bad guy sell gun to bad guy. Very bad. Anyways, so we have 2 out of 10. This is going great. Who else can we get in here? Underrated. When I think underrated, who am I thinking?
You have
mm,
four of these characters are female.
for female.
And the or yeah, 4 of them that are female besides the one you've named, Rostico.
Wow, okay. 4 are female, really.
So it's 5
I'm trying
male,
to think
5
of
female.
now. I'm thinking of there's not many underrated female characters because most of them are really bad or really good. Can I get?
That's what you think. So,
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'm underrating them.
it's
Can
not
I
your
get
list.
Can I get Ray?
Absolutely not. You cannot have Ray. What the heck, man?
Okay. Can I have hmm. Oh, this isn't a female. But this one is kind of. Can I get Qui-Gon?
That's a good answer, but he's not here, unfortunately.
Okay. They're underrating him, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
You do have four females, like I said. You have a droid,
a
and you
droid.
have a Clone Wars character, and you actually have primarily you have one Clone Wars character, a definitive Rebels character, who also showed up in a recent show, and then you have a character that appears at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
The character that appears at Galaxy's Edge.
At a particular
That's crazy.
attraction.
Oh, can I get? Can I get? Oh, it's Hondo. Can I get Hondo?
Yeah, Hondo and Onaka is number 2.
Number two most under. That's so random, but you know. All right. Thank you,
It is.
gamer,
This is a pretty
geek, or whatever
random.
this
Yeah.
website is. So next up, I'm thinking. So droid
Three,
is what really catches.
three. Yeah, it's a droid from a movie. Definitely not one of the
Yeah.
most. Definitely not like a iconic droid, but he is a fan
Okay.
favorite. And then you
Okay.
have
Can
three
I get
characters.
K2SO?
Yeah, K2SO. It's number 9. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You said not iconic, but fan favorite. I know exactly who that is.
And
Okay.
then you
So
have three characters that are definitively from Rebels.
definitively from. This is
Also
kind of
recent.
risky.
Yeah.
Can I? Um. Can I get Kanan?
Not Kanan, but you're super close.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna go with Hera then.
Yeah, Hera's number 10. And
Okay.
I'm gonna guess another.
Uh. Can I get Sabine?
Yeah, Sabine's number 5. And there's another
Okay.
Rebel. There's one more Rebels
And
character here.
so I don't know which one of these two to say, but I'm gonna say Zeb.
Not Zeb. I do like that answer.
Okay. Can I? Can
Very,
I?
very
He is
long,
underrated.
very
Can
long awaited live action debut. This one.
Yeah, I was about to. As I say that. Can I get Thrawn?
Yeah, Thrawn is number 1. And now all you're missing is
That's
6
fair.
through. All you're missing is 6 through 8. Two of
Okay.
them, two of them definitively Clone Wars characters. And then the third one is more so a character of a live action series.
Hmm. More so a character, but not exclusively from what I'm hearing. So,
One of
ooh,
these
okay.
characters we are also expected to see again after a long awaited return.
Ooh. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. So, give me Ventress.
Yep, Asajj Ventress is
You're
number
practically spoon
6.
feeding me these at this point, but let's keep going.
You,
So
you,
I be a
you, you
Ventress.
are
Who else
you
is
are
under it?
taking
Can I
your
get
time.
Rex?
Not Rex. I do like the answer. This character
Hmm.
is only appears in Clone Wars. He doesn't appear anywhere else.
Only appears in Clone Wars.
Yes.
Um. Hmm.
He
Who could this
also
be?
he also dies in the show.
He's only in Clone Wars. He dies in the show. It's a dude. Um.
Specifically,
I'm
he specifically dies
I'm
in the Clone
blanking.
Wars season 5.
Oh. Savage.
Savage Press is number 7, and then number 8.
One more.
It's it's a female. Uh, was
It's a
was
female.
notably was notably a Clone Wars character, very prominent role. But is more so known for a live action series nowadays.
This is gonna sound weird, but because if it was Ahsoka, I feel like you would have put it in the Clone Wars category. But
No,
maybe it
it's not
is.
Ahsoka. You're on
She's
the
more
right.
so.
You're on the right track. She's not a main character. She's not the main character in a live action show, but she has a very prominent
Mhm.
role.
She has a prominent role, and she's also in Clone Wars.
Yes.
Um, mm,
Has
she has a
the
prominent role in a live action show, but she's also no, she's not in Clone Wars. Um,
has the same actor in this live action show and the Clone Wars.
Clone Wars. Okay, so
She
that's
also appears in 2 episodes of Star Wars Rebels season 4.
oh my bug. Wait, season 4.
Star Wars
Oh,
Rebels season
it's
4. Yeah.
oh no, she's not. No, I'm bugging. I'm stuck on this last one.
I don't
She's
know.
in Rebels.
I'm not sure how you're
She's
stuck
in
on
Re-
this. She's in 2
I'm
episodes of
fumbling
Rebels,
this.
a major
Uh
role specifically in Clone Wars season 7, I would say. And then
oh, Bo-Katan.
yep, it is Bo-Katan. She's number 8. Yep,
Jeez,
there you
that
go.
took me too long. Puff Daddy Smoke. Name me the top 5 least paid actors in the original trilogy.
Top 5 least paid? Oh
Mm-hmm.
gosh.
This one this one might be a little difficult.
Interesting. Is there any
Original.
way that this
You go
list
ahead.
is controversial?
Is the list controversial?
Would you say as a
There
Californian man?
is it controversial? I mean, like, I would say some of the people were done wrongly. They were not paid
Interesting.
what they deserve. I'll say that much. So
Here's
there is a couple characters on here that are prominent characters that got
okay.
gypped, and then there
My
are a
first
couple who didn't who were minor roles.
okay, my first thought is Alec Guinness here.
No, Alec Guinness is not here.
Oh, okay,
He made
that's
decent money.
interesting. Um, what about David Prowse?
David Prowse is your number one. He got paid
Yeah,
$0.
interesting.
He actually
Really,
got paid
really lived in his
nothing.
mom's
He
basement.
he was it was charity work. So there's your number one.
Uh,
He got paid nothing.
what about Kenny Baker?
Great guess. That's your 5. Kenny Baker made $7,810.
Yeah,
Hey, keep thinking Kenny Baker. There's one character that like think Kenny Baker.
interesting. Is it Warwick Davis?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's in your Warwick
yeah.
Davis is in your 2. He
I
got paid.
automatically
Listen, he got
automatically
paid
thought of him.
$60 a day.
$60 a day is child labor.
It's crazy.
But
Okay,
I
that
mean,
sounded targeted. Child labor.
he's the size of one, so it's fine.
Yeah.
This does not get
All
any
right.
better.
So you have your
Uh,
So you have what? 2 left. You've done really well. Um.
it's
They're
what about
both kind of. You said David Prowse. They're both kind of similar to David Prowse. I'll say.
is Peter Mayhew here?
Yes. Great work. Peter Mayhew is fourth with $5,400. So now all you have is your third.
Oh, number 3. Who was number 2? Was it Warwick Davis?
Warwick Davis, yeah. So your number one is David Prowse, number 2 Warwick, number 3 Peter Mayhew, number 5 Kenny Baker. So
Does
your
it
number 3.
does it go along the lens of everybody else, or do you actually like see their face?
You do not see this character's face.
Interesting. Um,
Well, you don't see this person's face.
oh, is it Anthony Daniels?
No,
Oh, dang. Okay.
he's a main cast member.
Anthony Daniels definitely shouldn't be on this list, but he was the only one I really thought of when you said do you see
So
their face.
this one might be a little. You might be a little surprised for this one.
Uh, the only one. Kenny Baker. There's R2. There's Vader. There's. It's not. Man.
You
Who
were
else?
you're
Who else am
close.
I thinking of? That goes along the lines. It's who else is a faceless character in the original trilogy?
If
Oh,
I
is it?
if I give
Oh,
you the hint,
I
it's
know who it is. Is it Frank Oz?
no, it's not Frank
It's not
Oz.
Frank Oz. Oh my gosh.
Nah. So like you kind of I think you're missing something here. Um the what do I say not to give it away? Um
Do they
just
appear?
like
Do they
you don't
appear
see their
in?
face, but you hear their voice.
Do they appear in all three movies, or just like any specific ones
They appear in all three movies prominently.
prominently? Dear Lord. Um.
So you have David Prowse, Warwick Davis, Peter Mayhew, and Kenny
Oh.
Baker.
Oh. Is it James Earl Jones?
Yes, it's James Earl Jones
Oh,
with
that was deserving then.
$7,000.
Commander Cody, I'm gonna give you a Star Wars quote, and you're gonna have to tell me who said it. You ready?
Okay, let's do it.
All right. I'm gonna actually try to say it in their tone of voice that they said it to make it at least slightly easier. You can't win, but there are alternatives to fighting.
I don't know why I don't know this one off the rip. You can. So I this is I have it right there.
It
Uh,
is. I think
it's
I
Obi
think you
Wan,
have this in
right?
mind. It is Obi-Wan. That is correct.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I was stressing on that one for some reason.
I like to blow things up because I like
That's
to blow
Wrecker. It's
things up.
Wrecker. It's
Got
Wrecker.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figure only one of us walking out of here. But then I see the little guy, and I think maybe I pegged you wrong.
Oh, this one is right there.
Think of the context of what
Oh,
he's saying. I'll say it again.
yeah.
So I figure only one of us walking out of here. But then I see the little guy, and I think maybe I pegged you wrong.
It's that last little like motif you have with the voice that's kind of throwing me off. You know, I almost want to say. See, I recognize this quote. I recognize this quote. I've definitely heard this before. Um, it's not. I feels like Bad Batchy. Um,
It's not the Bad Batch. It is from a TV show though.
I figured
Specifically,
only one of us walking out here. The nice
specifically
little
The
one.
Mandalorian.
Oh,
It's from The Mandalorian season 2.
I'm throwing this right now. I'm throwing this. It's from you gave me that. It's from Mando season 2. Um, I figured only one of us walking out here. Then I see it might be from that premiere episode.
Ah?
That first episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it? Is it?
Come on, come on. This should be a nail. You got the episode.
I got the episode. So it's between two people. It's It's either Cobb. Is it Cobb Vanth? I'll ask that first.
It is Cobb Vanth. That is
Okay.
right. Yeah.
I was gonna guess that one random dude in the fighting
Yeah.
ring at the beginning.
And now and now these are the tougher ones, but I do believe that
Okay.
you can get at least one of these. Jedi fell long before the purge. We were stifled by tradition.
Aaron Malikos.
Yeah, deafened by our past glories, blinded by endless
I
words.
played that game too many times to not know that.
Yep. And this one's a pretty obscure one, but it is a very popular character. I got
Okay.
news for you, kid. Everyone's afraid. But admitting it like you just did makes you braver than most.
Oh, is that from Solo? Is that
Not from Solo, no.
no. everyone's afraid, something like that.
I got
But
news for you,
that's
Code.
not.
Everyone's afraid, but admitting it like you just did makes you braver than most.
Huh. That one's kind of drawing a blank, to be honest.
This is from an animated
What is
show.
that? This is from an animated show.
Yes.
Um,
Specifically,
maybe it's Rebels. Is it Rebels?
it is from Rebels, yes.
Okay, is this Kanan?
It is Kanan. That is correct. Yeah.
Okay, it just kind of sounded
It
like
is
Kanan. All
from
right.
it is from Rebels season 1 episode 9.
Ah, yes, the Smokinator. Name these 5 Star Wars quotes. Concentrate all your fire on the nearest gunship.
Admiral Akbar.
Terrible impression. No.
Oh, what?
If I do a better impression, you'll know exactly who it
Oh,
is
is it?
because my
Oh, it's
impression is too
Yoda.
good. It's Yoda. I chose the Yoda
That's what I
quote
thought
that
it
doesn't
was, yeah.
speak in backwards. Because he
Yeah.
just doesn't speak backwards for some reason right there. Alright.
Yeah.
In a dark place, we find ourselves, and a little more knowledge lights our way.
Huh. That
That's
sounds
the
like
tough
Yoda.
one.
That sounds like Yoda too. Huh. Is it Yoda?
Yeah, it's Yoda.
You think? Okay.
I didn't know where that one
Hmm.
was from. It said Attack of the Clones, but I don't remember it. Alright, so um many of the truths that we cling to depend on our viewpoint.
That sounds like Qui-Gon.
Close, but no.
Is it Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
2 more. Your focus determines your reality.
That's Qui-Gon.
There you
Yeah.
go. Okay. And then this one, the epic impression. Sometimes we must let go of our pride and do what
Anakin
is requested of
Skywalker.
us. What'd you say?
What did I say? I said Anakin
Yeah, did
Skywalker.
you say somebody? Okay, yeah, it's Anakin. There you
One more. One more
go.
short
Okay.
idea.
The one you haven't told me yet. I'm scared.
We are going to play a game of wavelength.
Oh, I love these ones. All right, let's
This is
go.
gonna be our last thing. So, let me make sure. Yep. So we have to give a number and we have to guess from asking about 4 categories. And we have to. All right. I will
Is
give
it
you
gonna be
a.
anything Star Wars in general?
Any, what do you mean? Anything Star Wars in general?
Like, what's the cat? What's the category we're gonna be talking about?
You. I have to give the number and then you give me a category like Star Wars show, Star Wars movie.
Oh, okay.
You know. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're doing me for okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
All right. Let's
All right.
play. So, I'm gonna go first. The number I'm going to put right below me here. All right, code. Let's do
All
it.
right. Can I get? Hmm. Can I get a Star Wars game?
A Star Wars game. This is gonna be a little tough, but honestly, in my view right now, I'm gonna give you Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Okay, so we're looking at a 6 or a 7. I'm thinking here. Um, can I get a Star Wars movie, please?
Star Wars movie, I will give you The Phantom Menace.
Oh, yeah, we're looking at a 6 right now. Maybe a 7 if he's pushing it. I'm thinking more towards 6 or 5, honestly. Um, ooh, I gotta get a. Okay. Can I get um? Can I get a Clone Wars arc?
Oh, this is a tough one. I will give you The the Jedi and Wookiees versus Trandoshans arc.
Mm. Yeah, you're giving me very mid stuff so far. I'm leaning more towards 6, but I could see a 5. So this next one has to be a good category. Hmm. Um. Dang. Can I get? Can I get a? l- Can I get a live action episode?
A live action episode of any Star Wars show. I will give you the premiere episode of the Book of Boba Fett.
Again, very 5 or 6. So those are my 4 guesses, right?
Yep. So now you must
So now I've got
choose
to get
a
my
number.
final answer here. I really think it's 6. I think if it was something more egregious, he would have jumped down to 5. I think I'm gonna go 6.
And you would be correct. It is number
Let's
6.
go. We're locked
Yes,
in.
sir.
Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Final short
Now
segment.
we.
It is Code's turn at wavelength.
All right. Close your eyes if you want. We're playing Star Wars Wavelength. Close your eyes if you want to play along. The number will be right here. All right. Go ahead, Smoke.
My first one. I'm going to I'm going to ask for a Star Wars Rebels character.
Star Wars Rebels character. Hmm. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you Zeb.
Zeb, that's my guy. Uh, probably give him a solid 8 out of 10. I could see 9, but like, kind of not really. He's not that special enough to be a 9. I'm gonna stick with 8 for now. My next ask is going to be for a a Star Wars actor.
Ooh, a Star Wars actor. That's an interesting one. I'm gonna give you Diego Luna.
Diego Luna, very good actor for what he's been in, but I don't really, me personally, I don't really know him much for a whole lot of other stuff. I think his performance in Andor is fantastic. Uh,
Krell
his
Terran.
his
You don't know who
performance
that
in Rogue
is.
One is his performance in Rogue One is not as up to par as in Andor, but it's still pretty good. So I'm leaning towards 9. I'm leaning towards 9. My next guess is going to, or not my next guess. My next ask is going to be for. I'm trying to ask for different things than you asked for. My next one, I'm gonna ask for a Mandalorian episode.
A Mandalorian episode. Interesting. This is tough. I'll say that. Uh, I'm gonna give you. Uh, I'm forgetting the name of the episode. But season 2, episode 3, where we first meet Bo-Katan.
The Heiress. That's definitely an
That
8
I
out
don't
of
know how you
10.
remember that.
That's definitely an. I'm just good with names. That's definitely an 8 out of 10 episode. If I had to say, I could see 9. It's definitely 8 or 9 for me. It's definitely nowhere below 8. My next one is gonna be a pretty creative. It might dig me down in a gutter. I'm gonna ask for a Star Wars content creator.
Star Wars. Well, they're all zeros, but we'll see what we can do. This is
Star
tough
Wars
because there's
3.
really this is tough because there's really good ones and there's really bad ones. Um, um, Let me think. A Star Wars content creator. I'm gonna give you bombastic. Good old bombastic.
Bombastic. Yeah, that's an 8 out of 10 for me. Uh, he's definitely. I don't think he's 9 out of 10. Maybe, maybe that's to drag me down. Maybe you're saying like he's a 7 out of 10. That's to drag me down to 8. But I think I'm pretty set on my answer. I might have dug a grave for me right there. I'm gonna say that your number is an 8 out of 10.
That is correct. Let's go. You scared me a
Yes,
little bit
sir.
there. You started veering towards 9 when I said Diego Luna. I should have gone someone a
Yes,
little more low key,
sir.
but
Yes, sir.
nice, nice.
Anyway, y'all, that is gonna be it for episode 1 of Ramblers Radio. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
this is being recorded the night of Monday, February 5th. I'm going to try to get this uploaded by Friday, February 9th.
Yep.
That is my goal. There's a possibility I could get it out Thursday, but I'm gonna just try to stick to Friday for now. We will see you back.
Yeah.
We will see you back next week. Planning for the next episode. We're gonna try to make a consistent schedule as far as
Yep.
recording and uploading. But other than that, if you, we would appreciate your feedback. If you're watching us on Spotify,
Yeah.
rate us,
Definitely.
give us a rating. If you are watching on YouTube, please, if you could, please give us a like and subscribe if you would like to see more from us, as well as leaving a
And
comment with your
also,
thoughts.
yeah. Also, if you did really truly enjoy this, we'd love to see you back here again, and we'd also love to see if you could share this video around, spread the word. We're new to this type of stuff. We're getting into it.
Yep. All right, guys. Without that being said,
All right.
we will see y'all later.
Catch you later.